All right, so this is a bed that last year I had sunflowers in and I grew potatoes. I've been composting in place, basically just throwing kitchen compost scraps in here. The birds come in, they'll eat a lot of it, and they'll leave behind some fertilizer. As you can see, there's some white little fertilizer right there, high in nitrogen. So what the birds don't eat, the worms will come up and consume. And you have other critters and bugs that come in and do their own thing. But let's go take a look at the compost pile. Next year, here's our compost pile. Started this section of the pile over a year ago. You'll see there's still some things in here that aren't composted. My neighbors helped me and we add some things constantly. So there are some things in here that are not fully broke down yet. This side will be ready next year. So right now I'm gonna load up some of this compost in this bucket and throw it over on the that little patch of garden area. And we'll till it in a few days when it's dried out a little bit. So let's get at it. So what I'm doing basically is I'm just filling up a 5-gallon bucket of compost and I'm just throwing it on the top. There's a lot of worms in this compost. Yeah, a lot of stuff that's not quite broken down yet. And when it gets incorporated over in that other garden, it's really gonna do some good. Last year I added, 2 years ago, it was a strawberry bed, and I converted it into just a regular garden patch. Well, from it being a strawberry garden, it was extremely hard, extremely compacted. So it's gonna help loosen the soil up and whatnot. Well, that was the case, but it was extremely hard to dig up the crop of potatoes, I'll tell you that. Then I followed the potatoes up with sunflowers because I knew they have a fairly deep root system. And then after I harvested the sunflowers, I went ahead and mowed all that sunflower stalk over to add a bunch of, organic matter to the top layer of the soil. And then I knew with all this compost I was creating, I'd be able to add all this back into the area as well. And I knew that that would definitely, help the loam content. It was just really hard and compacted. And I needed to find a way to kind of soften it up. And I knew by adding compost, it would definitely help. So compost in place. Oh, and I also added from the store about 20 bags of topsoil, which I knew would help as well. But I've already put 15 gallons of my own compost in here. I'm gonna probably add another 5 or 6 buckets, let it dry out, and then till it up in a few days. But I want those worms to get a chance to incorporate into the ground before I go tilling up. But yeah, this is a way you can improve your soil using compost. Have a great day.